Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to NIEVS Home School. I am Rahela Ferdousee, Assistant Teacher, Day Shift. Today we are going to have a class with the student of class 7. Our today's subject is Agriculture Studies. Our today's topic is Chapter 5, Lesson 13 to 16. Today our lecture number is 11 and HW number is 9. My dear students, after completing the reading of the lessons, you will do HW5 MCQ. You will prepare the MCQs by yourself and write the answer. Okay, let's see our lesson. Today we are in chapter 5, that is agriculture production, and from lesson 13 we will start our reading. And lesson 13 is about process of goat rearing. Goat is an important domestic animal in Bangladesh. A she-goat gets the ability to conceive in 7 to 8 months. It is very popular among farmers because it can give birth to 2 to 3 kids at a time. A castrated goat weighs 15 to 20 kg in 12 to 15 months. The goat meat, that is seafood or mutton, is very delicious. So there is a great demand of goats in the market. Goat rearing in a traditional method. In the villages, goats are reared by letting them free or by tying them up in the field, in the garden and in the roadside spaces. Generally, no additional food is supplied to them. During the rainy season, the farmers cut off the leaves of different trees and give them to the goats to eat. They allow their goats to take shelter at night time in their room or in another room of their house. Scientific methods should be followed if the goats are reared for commercial purpose. In this method, the importance is given on the housing for the goat, its food and health management. In a scientific method, goats are reared in confined or half-confined process. If there is no grazing field or any space for tying up the goats, confined process is adopted for goat rearing. Goat rearing in confined process. Goats are reared in a fully confined process. In this method, a high and dry land is selected for building a house for the goats. In this process, the house for the goats can be built in a cost-effective way by using wood, bamboo, tin, thatch, golpata, etc. While making the house, it should be remembered that an adult goat requires 1 square meter, that means 10 square feet area for itself. If the floor is damp, a platform must be built in the house for the goats. In this process, green grass, granular food and water are supplied to the goats in a fully confined state. But the goats enjoy better health if they are taken out to graze for several hours. If a farm is started with fresh goats, they should not be kept in a confined state at the beginning. Gradually, their grazing time should be reduced. There will be no trouble in food intake once the goats get adjusted to the new environment. Here you can see the figure that are room for goats in confined process and granular food mix for goat in confined process. Now see goat rearing in half-confined process. At the time of goat rearing in this method, a blend of confined and free processes is followed. While confined to the farmhouse, the goats are supplied with the granular food. While grazing in the field, they eat the green grass. If it is not possible to take them to the field in the rainy season, they must be supplied with the green grass too. Then come now lesson 14, management of goat feeding. Feeding management is one of the important factors in goat rearing. Goats live on grass, green grass and granular food. Besides this, the goats can be fed the mixture of jaggery, that is chitagur, and the small slices of the fine rice straw. The matter of goat kids should be considered at the very onset of feed management. Goat kids wean mother's milk in 2 or 3 months. When they cross 1 month of age, they should be made accustomed to tender green grass and granular food. My dear student, I am repeating this sentence. Everyone follow. Goat kids wean mother's milk in 2 to 3 months. Now, green grass. Ipil, leaves of jackfruit, kheshari, mashkalai, bent grass, that means durba, baksha, etc. are nutritious grasses for the goats. If there is a scarcity of local grass, high quality Napier, Para, German grass can be cultivated for the goats. Goats can be fed cultivated grass after cutting or by grazing. So you should memorize the names of the trees' leaves. Okay. Now see granular food. To meet the nutritional need of the goats, they should be provided with requisite crust food mixed with green grass. Wheat, maize, wheat and rice bran, chaff of various pulses, dry fish powder, etc. are used as granular food mix. Common salt and vitamin mineral mix should be added to the granular food. 1 to 2 liter water should be supplied according to the age of the goats. Now, water. Like human beings, all the birds and animals need water. Goats are to be provided with pure water drink according to their ages. So, water should be kept within the reach of the goats. Now, a granular food mix for the goat is given below. Here is a table, food table chart. Then food ingredients and percentages are given like wheat crush, maize crush 10%, wheat bran, rice bran 48%, chaff of pulses 17%, while cake of soybean mustard sisane 20%, dry fish powder 1.5%, bone powder 2%, common salt 1%, vitamin mineral mix 0.5% and total 100%. Amount of green grass and granular food required to be supplied to the goats according to their ages is given below. Weight of goats, daily green grass, daily granular food mix. My dear students, you will learn this for your MCQ. Now let's see lesson 15, prevention of goat diseases. Goats like to stay in a neat and clean place. There should be the arrangement of light and air in their houses. Goats always like dry and high land. It needs to be observed that the goats do not catch cold. Because of cold, goats get infected by complicated diseases including pneumonia. This is why a bed of hay or straw should be made to use on the floor in winter. During winter, gunny sacks should be hung on the walls of the goat house to protect them from cold. Causes of diseases in goats are mentioned below. Number 1, virus-related disease, PPR, pneumonia, etc. Bacteria-related disease, goiter, diarrhea, etc. Number 3, parasite-related disease. Two types of parasites are seen inside and outside the body of the goats. Outside body parasites like louse, atali and mite develop in the skin. So this causes the skin disease. Goats are greatly susceptible to inside body parasites like round worm, tapeworm and leaf worm. These worms take a share in the nutritious food of the goats. Many worms suck blood from the body of the goats. Besides, goats suffer from blood dysentery quite often. Protozoa is the cause of this disease. So because of protozoa, blood dysentery quite often, blood dysentery happen. When goats are infected by any serious disease, the following common symptoms become visible. Body temperature increases, bristles look straight, food intake and rumination cheese, it dozes and recliness on the floor, tear and saliva from mouth comes out. So you have to give importance to know the symptoms. Virus-related diseases may cause death of goats. Treatment of virus-infected goats does not help. Goats infected by bacteria may also die, but in this matter, treatment can cure goats in most cases. So the following steps should be taken to prevent diseases in the farmhouse for goats. Number 1, pen and adjacent areas should be kept clean. Number 2, vaccination and helminthicide should be given timely. Number 3, goats should be provided with fresh food. Number 4, goats should be supplied with balanced food and pure water. Number 5, arrangements should be made to keep the floor of the goat house dry. Number 6, goat excreta should be preserved at a distance from the farm. If any disease breaks out in the farmhouse of goats, the following steps should be taken in consultation with a veterinarian. Number 1, observe the sick goat after isolating from other goats and provide medication. Number 2, arrange pathological test of the feces and urine if required. Number 3, dead goat must be buried deep in the ground. Now let's see the number 16, lesson 16, method of keeping agricultural accounts, that is poultry rearing. The requirement of egg and meat can be satisfied if poultry is reared as a family effort. Besides, a small amount of income is possible by selling extra eggs in the market. Following is the sample debit-credit accounts of rearing 100 layers. There are two heads of expenditure in poultry rear. A. Permanent expenditure. B. Rolling expenditure. See permanent expenditure. Initial expenditure before starting the poultry farm is called permanent expenditure. This cost includes land, poultry pen, brooder, food pot, water pot, drum and pitcher, box for laying eggs, etc. A table for calculating expenses for rearing 100 layers is given below. Here, see land owned, making poultry house 15,000, brooder 2,000, food and water pots 2,000, drum and pitcher 1,000, box for laying eggs 2,000, total permanent expenditure 22,000. Now rolling expenditure. All the costs starting from chick purchase to other daily expenses is called rolling expenditure. At the time of nurturing, 12 out of 100 chicks die. So 112 should be purchased while buying chicks. Major heads of rolling expenditure includes chick price, food purchase, utility bills, vaccination and medication, litter that is poultry bed, laborer and transportation costs, etc. Layers stay in the farm for 18 months. A table for calculating expenses for rearing 100 layers in a family farm is given below. See, chick price 40 each, that is 4,480 taka. Food purchase 50 kg for each at the rate 35 per kg. It will cost 1,75,000 taka. Utility bills monthly 300. Like this way, the total rolling expenditure will come into 1,88,880 taka. So here the total expenditure will be total permanent expenditure plus total rolling expenditure. We have to calculate both and we will get the total expenditure. Then see the income. Earning is possible by selling eggs, adult chickens, litters and food sacks from the poultry farm. Adult chickens can be sold out in the market after completion of egg laying. Litters can be used as the organic manure in the field and in fish feed making. A table for calculating income for rearing 100 layers in a family farm is given below. Here we have to know this: egg selling daily 80 pieces 52. That means whatever the farm will sell, they will write the amount here. Then chicken selling, litter selling, food sack selling, then total income. Like this way, the total profit will be total income minus total expenditure. So from total income, the total expenditure has to be minus, and then the income or the profit will be come. My dear students, this is all about in this chapter 5, agricultural production. So after this listening this chapter, I hope that you must submit the SW regularly. Stay well, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.